There's so much I could say about this project, but first I'd like to thank Stoney and Omar for choosing my project. It was a lot of fun making this project. As you saw, the inspiration for it was the movie Skyfall, where the liquor is on her head in the shot glass. A couple of the cast members are in attendance tonight. The woman in the red dress, beautiful Natalie Jones, is here, top row. As well as the right-hand man, Joel Rodriguez, on the right side of her. Also, there's another cast member in the audience. Right next to him is Adrian Matias. He was the gray shirt security in the ending segment of that video. I've been blessed with such great friends and great cast members. It's amazing. And the main characters that were in there, they weren't able to make it tonight, but they had a lot of fun making it. We all had a lot of fun making it. Some of them didn't know each other before this project, but they knew of each other, but now they know each other, and they bonded well, and they bonded well for the project. And I guess it culminated into this moment right now. I did say, well, I'd like to also thank my parents for giving me a roof to stay under while I'm studying this. And for a while, speaking of studying this, for a while I've always wondered what I wanted to do as far as a career goes and a degree. And for me, it's just finding my passion. And when people say do what you love, they're not joking, because all that paperwork that we talked about in the beginning, I mean, people look at me and say, wow, you did all that? And I say, yeah, I mean, I had to write everything in. I have to make sure that people know that I'm doing this work. And I don't have a problem doing it. And other people look at me and say, wow, you're crazy, that's too much. The sack of papers for that project was about that thick. It was in a folder. But that was a lot of fun. During the production process, a friend of mine, Joel Rodriguez, that played it, the right-hand man in that video, we were in the car while we were recording, or after a day of recording. It took 7 days to record that. A song on the radio came on called We Made It, and he asked me, are we ever going to be able to say that about this project? And I'm here tonight to tell you that we made it. Thank you.
The challenge of this assignment was to create a story in which an orange is lost and then found, and film it without using any dialogue. Students were allowed to base their stories on popular TV shows or movies, but with a twist, such as Rosario Skyfall. The purpose of this was so students can experiment with using every element of storytelling that they learn in class that uses pictures instead of words. By using composition and camera angles were perfected, as well as using music to convey a mood that makes the audience feel a certain way towards the character. This project also provided students with the opportunity to direct however many actors they needed for their story, as well, and which they now know isn't an easy task. Here are the nominees for Best Story. And then the award goes to Christiana Giro.
Well, my favorite project was the Orange project, because I got to write the storyline, and I got to get creative, and I was kind of had freedom to go my own way with it in a way, obviously within limits.
Wow, I really did not expect this. Well, I'd like to thank my classmates for helping me with AVID, especially because I'm just such an amateur with that. Yeah, this is an honor. Thank you. We'd like to bring back our hosts.
Okay, I guess we're just going to do a little switcheroo here.
All right.
We would like to introduce Michael Squires and Nat Sandberg to introduce TV2.
Thank you, and welcome to Part 2, or as Part 1 was known as, An Evening with Elias Rosario. I guess we thought TV 1 was tough, hey, Mike?
It was all right.
Better than wardrobing. Can't take this guy anywhere.
So,
The TV2 was a whole different arena.
yes, it was. Yes, it was. Stoney has surely set us up for success.
I was scared when you paused at set us up.
It happens. So first we had to do a video called Person to Person. In this video, we had to interview somebody we found compelling. And we needed to prepare questions for the guests and perhaps decorate our sets and roll videos that went along with their answers. And we were breaking in a new toy called the TriCaster, which for those in TV1 we'll have to deal with in the upcoming TV2.
Yes, and for our second project, our assignment, should we decide to accept it, and I think most of us did, was How Do I?, which was an instructional video. In this case, you had to have a host who could talk through a teleprompter. You had to have something that would be interesting that people would want to learn about. As part of our, some of the things we were able to present during the year was such things as how to make drinks, dance, music making, and baking. And after watching some vintage How Do I's, I feel like I've added a whole new menu to my life. At this moment, I'd like to acknowledge all the students from previous years and previous semesters who are here tonight. Thank you for coming. You know, back in the 50s, CBS had Murrow's Boys. I guess you're Stoney's men and women. Thank you for blazing the trail. Was Stoney tough? Or was he really tough? We'll have to talk about this after the show, which explains my thinning, graying hair.
I would like to continue this next segment by saying, what are Moro Boys? Like, not familiar. But next we have the music video project, which was my personal favorite. For that, we had to create a story, shoot scenes that go along with the song. And similar to the Orange projects, the story had to be something that we created ourselves, had to be something unique, had to be something that we were passionate about. It really was a stretch for us for this project, and the projects came out phenomenal. And the topper to this is we actually had to have an in-studio performance, which, since we only had one female student in our class, Kat was our designated female singer. But We used lighting to enhance these videos, and honestly, they came out phenomenal. Can we get a quick round of applause for TV2?
And now, it gives us great pleasure to, for the first presentation, to bring up to the stage Christopher Orvas and Alex Ravello.
Hello.
Say your name.
Hi, I'm Christopher Orvas.
And I'm Alex Ravello. Tonight, we will be presenting you the awards for Best Host and Best Director for Person to Person. The process was long and slightly tedious. It was sometimes a challenge to have the talent come in at a certain time.
For this category, the students had to bring in a talent into the studio and interview them on a hobby or skill that they excel in.
And the nominees are
When a child is seriously ill or going through a family crisis, it can be scary, and they can experience all kinds of feelings that can be overwhelming.
Yes, of course. My name is Grandma Rose.
Michael Perea.
What did you say your name was?
Michael.
Oh, Michael, right. How are you, Michael?
She's an avid traveler and enjoys going anywhere that's by the water. She enjoys reading and is curious about how people live their lives. We would like you to meet today's guest, Justina.
Doing the art of acting and teaching for 23 years. We would like you to meet today's guest, Tony Republicano.
Thank you so much for having me, Julian.
So, Tony, give us a brief description.
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
Oh. Well, it's Michael Perea.
for Best
Yes,
Host.
of course. My name is Grandma Rose. And what did you say your name was?
Michael.
Oh, Michael, right. How are you, Michael?
How are you today, Grandma?
Very good, thank you. Come on, Michael. Hey, very good, Michael.
Not much of a dancer myself.
Well, I wasn't really expecting to win this award, but first off, I would like to thank Stoney for all the hard work that he's taught me. I couldn't have done it without him. And of course, without all my classmates who have taught me so much throughout this entire year, because honestly, we were all like a family. Every day, almost every day, I got to every day being inside of the TV room, just working our butts off, you know, for Stoney, and we would always complain, but it's worth it. It's worth it because if it's something that you're very passionate about, then it's something that you have to do, and I'm really happy, and thank you for this award.
And now the award for Best Director for Person to Person. Nat Sanford.
Wait.
And then a power cord here that will attach to the tattoo machine in the back of it.
Joining the military has kind of been a family tradition in my family. Both my older brothers are Marines, my father's a Marines. There's been a lot of
my own, and the oysters themselves will freeze up pretty quick if you don't keep them out of the wind if it's below 30 degrees all day.
And to make sure that they will be accepted into the society. So the puppet of the grandma, this is the final product. The way I do it.
And the winner is Nat Sandberg.
I created a mold with this silicone. It comes as a liquid. You combine two materials together, and when it dries, it hardens. And inside, you actually get the mold of that head. When you're done.
Wow. He likes me. Stony really likes me. Wow. A year ago, I guess they're trying to tell me something. A year ago, I had just been laid off, and I was kind of floundering around the house and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And one day, I just kind of decided to pop my head in here and take a look around. And I wound up meeting with a professor named John Shields, who's in the audience here. Thank you very much. It's interesting because some 40 years ago, I was taking a film class at Brooklyn College, and of course, you inevitably get to watch some classic movies. And the last one the professor showed us was Citizen Kane. And I think I had to go somewhere and didn't quite see the end of it. By the way, Jimmy Smits, who's a pretty well-known actor, was in that class. He was like the tall kid in the back of the room. And 40 years later, today, just a few minutes before we came in here, I kind of popped my head into this room, and I got to watch the end of Citizen Kane. Things sometimes connect in strange and magnificent ways. So anyway, I decided to kind of go back to TV, radio, production, and all that stuff. I've always told my wife that radio is my first woman, or my first love. It's just something that's always been inside of me. And I've really enjoyed it here. I first of all want to thank my wife for guiding me on this kind of revisited path to hopefully doing something meaningful. I want to thank not only the alumni who I mentioned before, I want to thank a couple of my mates from the TV1 class we took in the fall, and we took it at night, and those were 5-hour grueling sessions. I also want to acknowledge our instructor for that class, John Hartwell, did a magnificent job of training us. I mean, that was the kind of the appetizer before we got to deal with Stony. Want to also thank Shoshana Yari, is the puppeteer who I profiled in the Person to Person project. She is going to be leaving this country in about a year. She has been a significant influence in my life, and she was just a magnificent guest. She came in, decorated the set, and she did all these things that really made the scenery and the production so magnificent, and something that I'm personally very, very proud of. I wanted to, Stony, thank you so much for your guidance and for setting us on a path to excellence and success. It may sometimes be a tough path, but it's a path well worth traveling. I also want to thank all my mates from both the night class and from TV2 this term, as well as the TV1 guys and gals who come in after us. To them, I want to say thank you for your zeal, your passion, your determination, your talents, your aid, and most of all, your friendship. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce Michael Perea and Michael Squires.
Hi again.
What's up? Have you ever wanted to have a video show you what? Have you ever wanted a video show you how to actually do something in the most simplest way? Like, for example,
how to tie a tie. In this video project, students had to show the world how to do something, step-by-step process called How Do I?
Students use techniques learned in class and integrated into their work.
My bad. Today we have 2 awards going out for 2 categories, Best Host and Best Director.
The nominees for the Best How Do I Host video are
Welcome. My name is Michael Perea, and for today's edition on How Do I, once you name your session, remember step 9, pull up the instrumental.
Have you started wondering why you've been going to the gym and not seeing any results? Yeah, now that's more like it. I'll make sure to get something similar to this after the show.
Happy Halloween, guys. Welcome to today's special edition, Halloween edition of How I Do. Thank you for joining us. I'll do. Thank you.
Today we're going to make an amazing meal using just a few ingredients and a little more. And today we learn how to make an amazing pasta with using only a knife and a fork. Now it's your turn to impress all of your friends.
And the best host goes to Michael Perea.
Remember, step 5, turn the computer on. Step 6, we hope you enjoyed today's show and thank you for joining us. I'm Michael Perea, and until next time, take care, guys.
Wow. Honestly, broadcast journalism is what I want to pursue in the future. And to me, this TV course, communications in general, just means a lot to me. So I just want to thank Stoney, I want to thank Professor Shields, and all of the communication professors that have guided me along the way. I have learned so much, and this is a true honor. This is one of the first of many awards or goals that I have to accomplish for the future. I know that there's going to be way more, and it's going to be harder than this, and hard work pays off, especially working my butt off from 10 to sometimes 10 p.m. inside of the TV room, editing videos, and it may sound like, oh my gosh, but to me, it's great. I love being in there editing all the time and just working with all my classmates. Again, we're like a family, and I'm thankful for everybody who has taught me so much. Again, thank you.
All right, and now our nominees for the Best Director.
The player to the left of the dealer is given the small blind button, indicating that he or she will place a small blind bet. The player 2 places to the left.
3½ cups of pumpkin mix.
These symbols help a chess player record a game.
And the flour is slower reacting. I think we're just about there. That looks nice. I want to make sure this is...
And the winner for Best Director is Christopher Orvez.
I wasn't expecting this at all, actually. I'd like to thank everybody in the audience right now for coming out and showing your support. I'd like to thank my family up in the back row over there. I'd like to thank Stoney especially. Though he couldn't be here, I'm so grateful that he helped me and everybody in my class succeed and basically be where we are today. And yeah, thank you.
And now, Leroy Moore and Paul Morales for the awards for the best music video.
How you guys doing tonight? My name is Leroy Moore.
And I'm Paul Morales.
And tonight we are presenting to you 2 awards for the music videos. One is for storytelling, and another is for editing. And the requirements for these awards was to be able to shoot and direct a music video.
As you may know, a music video is more than just an artist lip-syncing their song. It's actually a chance for the artist to show you the world through their point of view or perspective. Some reflecting home life, relationships, addiction, and memories. Some happy and some sad. Now let's get into it.
All right, and now the anatomy for the best editing is against Daniel.
We could fail in the more than it takes to make plans or mistakes.